Hi everyone! So I wanted to just talk about my recent experience with the NARS 8412 Melrose Boutique, which I have the bag here. So let's give a little backstory. I obviously am in school right now, otherwise I wouldn't have moved. And for my retail environment class, we have to select a retail channel and then gather a bunch of information about it, the location, why it's located there, their typical target market and their typical customer, and just a bunch of different aspects about the store. And so what they said to do, or what my professor said to do, is to go into the store that you have to choose a select store. You can't just choose a company and just sort of go off of the entire company. It has to be a select store. And so obviously I jumped at the chance to, I've gone through, we'll put that there. I obviously jumped at the chance to select the NARS boutique because it's it's the second out of all three that have been built in the entire United States, and they're working on more. The first one was in New York, and the second one was obviously LA, and the third one is in San Francisco, and they're working on building more, as I learned from talking to the store, or the boutique manager. So the likelihood of them watching it is very unlikely, but maybe I'll email her and say, hey, I talked about you. Her name's Allison. She was so helpful. I went in and interviewed her, and she just talked about the typical target customer, why the store was located, what the competition is around the store, and essentially I was there for about 3 or 4 hours, and she gave me so much insight into the company, like what I would need to do in order to, because I would like to work for corporate instead of being an artist, but NARS is very, very particular, and I think it comes down to Francois being very particular with who gets hired at the boutiques and what artists are selected to represent the brand and to, help give the customers a good experience, because I know that my experience as someone who I did end up buying stuff, but every person that came in, they treated them so kindly, and they were there to help them out. It was a very, it was a formal environment. It was very put together. It was very clean. They were all dressed. All the manager and the artists were dressed very, very nicely. Just a simple button-down, black slacks, and they just looked very professional. And every person they talked to, they talked to them like they were an old friend, but still remained a level of professionalism. So I was very impressed by that, and that definitely just sort of solidified the fact of, I want to work for this company. I want to be a part of this. It's something that I just think they're doing it all right, and I love that the brand is associated with fashion and that it's very on trend with maybe what's in fashion, or Francois being ahead of the trends and doing something that's a little spontaneous and very eclectic, and that's why I like it so much. So, to start, the new Radiant Cream Compact Foundation is out August 1st, so that's tomorrow. Hopefully I'll put this video up today, even though it's going to be way out of order for other stuff. But it comes in a package like this, and I actually threw away, I think, no I didn't, I kept it. Of course I did. It comes in a little thing like this. Here's the box. As you guys know what NARS boxes look like if you own a NARS product, they're all the same. Comes in a little package like this, and then it comes with the little sponge as well, which I took out, but let me go ahead and pop it out. So this is what the foundation itself looks like. Comes like this. It's really, really simple, and it's just plain. I mean, it's sturdy plastic, but it's just plain plastic, and it has your shade name on the back, and obviously the information. And what you have to do, and this is very common with cream foundations, I know Shiseido's, all of Shiseido's are like this, even their powder foundations, and a lot of more expensive companies, like I know Chanel and Dior, I think, have, when it's a cream compact foundation, they tend to make you buy the compact separately, so that way you can keep the compact when you run out of the product, and you just repurchase the product instead of having to buy the thing all over again. So it ends up saving you a little bit of money, I think. But the cream foundation retails for $38 US, and the compact itself is $10 US, and that's what this looks like. It's about the size of their, when they have special palettes out, it's fairly wide. It's wider than the And God Created the Woman palette, if you have that one. That one only goes till about right here, and it's about as tall as, I'd say, some of their special like eye and cheek palettes. I think this is very close to the size of the Debbie Harry one from the Andy Warhol collection. And so what you do, and it has instructions on the top to press firmly until sealed. Here we go. You just put it in here, and this was my favorite part. I got a little excited, but you just push it till it clicks, and then you can put the sponge here, and there's a vent obviously, so the sponge, if you use the sponge, as it goes right here, that it will air out, and so bacteria doesn't have as long to kind of fester. But you get a nice big mirror, of course. It's excellent, and it's wide enough to, like, you can just sit this down on your windowsill if you're like traveling or something, or in a situation where you don't really have a table in front of a window like you used to. That's me. And you can just set this on the windowsill, and you get, you know, the good lighting, and then it's wide enough to see your whole face in. So that's excellent. I haven't actually tried it yet because I wanted to photograph it and stuff before I gave you an opinion, but considering how it was described, and it came with the, I'll read you the little booklet, which is, at this point, I don't know where. I took it out, I think. So it's supposed to be like a combination of all of NARS's foundations that they currently produce, which I think is awesome, and it's their first cream foundation, if I'm not mistaken. And cream foundation is something I'm actually really getting into. And the great thing about cream foundation is often you can use it if you have oily or dry skin, just depending on how you work with it, how you layer it over other products, or how you set it. So I will really be excited to give this a chance, and I'm going to do probably a review of it on the blog, just so I can include pictures, give a comprehensive review, or I'll do a video on. We'll see. But the other things that I purchased because you can really only buy them in boutiques. One of them you can only get in a boutique, and the other one is not really carried in Sephora. I mean, you can buy it online, but it's really, I saw it in person. It's different. Because the thing about boutiques is they have all of the products line up, except this one didn't have cream eyeshadows or duos or cream blushes that I saw. But I don't know. That's something you can probably buy online. I don't know. But I got the NARS 413 Bleecker, which is their New York location, their eyeshadow duo, because I remember seeing this a long time ago, or like when it first premiered, and I was just obsessed, especially with this color. It's a blackened purple with sort of like a nice lilac-y violet shimmer in it, and this side is a very purpled gray. Sort of, I think it looks a little bit like Lhasa eyeshadow by NARS, if I'm not mistaken. It's sort of like that purpley, kind of nice dove gray mixed with like a lavender. And so these are supposed to be probably really nice together. And this layered over a black, like a black cream, would look amazing. And as per usual, I haven't used any of this stuff yet, even though I've had it for almost a week now. It's just because it's so pretty. As I'm assuming the NARS shadows are great quality. That's why they're my favorite eyeshadows out of any brand, because I've never been let down by an eyeshadow before. They're always great. The other one I purchased is a single eyeshadow, and it's called New York, and Allison was telling me that this is one of Francois's favorites, and I can see why. It's a very unusual eyeshadow color. It looks like a blackberry, like if you were to stain something with blackberry juice. That's sort of what it looks like, and it's a nice matte texture. I have been really getting into using warm colors on my eyes, and this one is going to be excellent. I could probably do a really nice matte kind of plum purple blackberry smoky eye with this, and this would also, I think, look great as a very nice hint of a blush, because I tend to like wearing darker colors on my cheeks. And you know, with NARS products, they tend to be multi-faceted, multi-useful. Like, they make the multiples, and they're supposed to be used on your eyes, cheeks, and lips. And I mean, with a powder product, there's no reason, I don't think, unless it says not to, that you can't use this on other areas of your face. This patted over like a lip balm, I think would make a really nice kind of like a lip stain, a nice... Annoyingly, my camera died. I'm gonna have to get a new battery, but Allison was nice enough to give me this tote, which if you purchase the NARS Loves LA set, it comes with a tote bag, but she was nice enough just to give it to me, so I mean, that was super sweet. I really appreciate it. And she was just excellent. I'm not saying this because I'm partially saying this because I love the brand, but I really just, from observation, I really appreciated the experience that they offered the customers, and they have a lot of fun events that you can sign up for in store to get on the email list, so they can get your contact information, and then each time you come into the store, you just give them your name, and they have your history purchased at the store, and so they'll give you special classes or events based on what you've bought, which I think is very cool. And my hair's sticking up. And So I just really like, if you live in the Los Angeles area or Hollywood or Beverly Hills or anywhere in the greater like LA area, I would highly recommend going because you can get more selection than what is offered in Sephora or is it Nordstrom or is it Neiman Marcus? I think it's Nordstrom. And then also there's Saks and Barney's, I think, as well. So they have the full range of products, and the experience that I had, even they put up with me for 4 hours, and they were so kind, and I just can't even speak highly enough about it. I really just, and Priscilla, the artist, was excellent, and she was really talented, and so, like I said, yeah, just really, if you live in the greater LA area, like, definitely make the journey out there. I took the train and a bus, and I walked 6 or 7 blocks to get there, so you can sure as hell get in your car and go. There's parking out front of the store, and it's on Melrose, so there's McQueen right down the street, and Marc Jacobs is next door, and Diane von Furstenberg is across the street, and Charm City Cakes West is down the street, and I mean, it's a great area. It's a very fun place to go. It's kind of touristy, but it's definitely a great place to kind of spend some time. So definitely stop by there. Tell them Chris said hi, even though I probably will make plenty of journeys back over there. My plan is that I'm going to stop buying stuff. I'm really going to try and focus on only getting NARS products just to kind of expand my knowledge of them and experience with their products. But a lot of it, like the Taj Mahal blush, I haven't seen anywhere in stores, so that's something like I will probably buy because you can only get it in boutiques if I really want it. If I don't want it, I'm obviously not going to buy it. But there's a few things that I really only saw in the boutiques that I didn't see at Sephora's anywhere else. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed my experience, and I will certainly let you guys know how that NARS foundation works out. And until my next video, I'll talk to all you guys later. Bye, friends!